Welcome to Preparing for the Unexpected. I'm your host, Alex Fullick. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I was unprepared for. A little while ago, I was stopped at the American border because I have dual citizenship, and I always travel under my Canadian passport. But for some reason, this time, the dual citizenship sparked questions. How did they know I wasn't using the other passport once I'm in the US? So that just led to more questions from them and eventual, no, we can't let you in the States because, well, we just don't know. And apparently it happens more often than you think. I have a good friend whose brother was also stopped at the border a few years ago. And then I've heard from other people that have experienced the same thing. So it's not an uncommon thing. However, I hadn't heard about it before, ever happening before, because I've only ever traveled under my Canadian passport. So I was completely unprepared when this happened. And I had to come home, missed a flight, dinged at the hotel because it was under 24 hours. So I ended up losing money. And it turned out I should have known that my other passport should have had what is called an ESTA, electronic, let me get the title right, Electronic System for Travel Authority, attached to my other passport. If I'd had that, I would have had no issues, but I didn't know about it. But then ignorance, is not accepted when it comes to the law. And that got me thinking since then, do we do that in our business continuity and our disaster planning? Because we didn't know something, or we've never experienced this before, because I have traveled to the US dozens of times for decades. And I've had dual citizenship for decades, never experienced any issue before. So did I get complacent and not look into things? Do our organizations get complacent if they've never experienced a flood, if they've never experienced a fire or a ransomware attack or many other different situations? We don't plan for them then. We don't look at them. And I'm not saying scenario planning here, but I am saying that are we not looking at some of the risks that are out there, the things we don't know, challenging ourselves and not preparing ourselves? I wasn't prepared. And what happened to me was completely unexpected. But I thought I was prepared. And I expected the same thing to happen again and again as happened before when I've caught a flight from Toronto and flown through the US or landed in the US, over the US, anything. I've never had any issues. I was completely unprepared, and I certainly didn't expect it. Take a look at yourself. Are there things in your own life, your home life, your organizations, in your community? Are there things that we just take for granted? Because we're in the middle of the prairies, we will never experience a flood. Well, heavy rains could cause a flood. So we need to look at all kinds of things, even if we don't think that they might happen or that we've never experienced them before. That can't harm me. We've been doing the same thing for 20, 30 years. Nothing's ever happened. So why would it happen now? That's probably when it will happen. Decades for me. And then, of course, I get dinged. I was completely unprepared. And now it's all fixed. And it's a consideration I do have when I travel now. I make sure I have that copy of that ESTA, just in case I get asked a question. Even though I don't have that passport with me, I just have my Canadian. I just have that piece of paper that lets them know, hey, everything's okay with me now. And I have called, by the way, airlines and consulates to make sure everything is okay. But take a look at yourself. Make sure you're okay. Make sure that you're thinking about those things that could be hitting you from the side that you weren't expecting or didn't think they would ever happen, because those are usually the things that trip us up. We get complacent. We get used to the way things are and don't expect things to sideline us or T-bone us, send us off our course. So take a look. Make sure everything on your side is okay. And think about those things that are unexpected and get prepared. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Stay prepared, everybody. If you liked that video, thumbs up. If you didn't like that video, thumbs down. But leave me a message and let me know your thoughts. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, stay prepared, everybody.